So hi Imran.
Hi. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. So Imran, I wanted to have your thought about one of the prominent trends that we see in the market. So how we see is that there are major retailers who are using banking services and who are offering banking services to customers. Like you take example of Starbucks with their card. You take example of Domino's with their wallet. Now, I understand that this is closed loop, so you can't possibly use a wallet or card across different merchants. But I think that is one step towards, providing banking services to end users. So with that, I wanted to have your opinion as to, do you also see the buyer persona for BPC changing in the coming years in any way?
So you're absolutely right. I think the buyer personas are changing, and tomorrow's customers will be very different to the kind of customers we have today. You brought out some great examples of Starbucks, who I call it fintech who sells coffee. You also brought out examples of Domino's. These are typical implementations of closed-loop payment ecosystems, where the merchant is providing great digital experiences, including payments and loyalty, but in a closed-loop setting for their customers, which means the customers can transact and interact with these merchants, and these merchants but this is also changing now. Right? So they start off with closed-loop ecosystems, but evolving into open-loop ecosystems. So tomorrow, if a large retailer wants to create digital experiences, including payments, they can start off with closed loop, create a Starbucks-like experience where all the customers can actually start making payments using digital services in a closed loop environment. But eventually, evolve this into an open loop system by integrating various payment networks like Visa or Master or Union and so on. And these are still fundamentally non-banking institutions. And the way these non-banking institutions will do that is actually by working with fintechs like BPC and together with acquirers in creating financial services experience and selling financial services experience to their customers without actually having a banking license. So the banks will provide the banking license. Fintechs or technology companies like us will provide the technology. The bank provides a license from an acquiring certification, and then these institutions are providing these services without having a bank. That's the beauty of this integration.
I think that's very perfectly explained, Imran, and that would really open up so much opportunity. That's, I think, a very exciting information for our customers as well. So is BPC working in those directions?
Absolutely.
Is that something in your roadmap?
Absolutely. And this is, actually we have this today. We have a lot of fintechs talking to us. So there is a new generation of fintechs that are coming out. They are finance technology companies, but not necessarily with the technology. They have the license, but they don't necessarily need the technology to implement financial services. So what these companies are doing is to integrate with companies such as ourselves and the banks as well, and create that offering which they can leverage and provide to their consumers without really having to build a lot of infrastructure. So tomorrow, if you have a fintech who wants to issue cards, they don't always need to have a PIN license. They don't also need to have a license to host accounts. Your PIN license can be borrowed from a bank. Your accounts can be through an IBAN provider. And the underlying technology can be offered from us as a service, which is hosted without having to build any infrastructure on the ground to offer card services to their customers.
I think that's very good to hear, and this all is going to ultimately benefit the end users in every possible way.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Imran. It's so good to talk to you.
Always. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always.